is it just me? Okay. Oh, I thought I usually did. Okay, Patricia Stewart, 679 Lamberton Street. Okay, the presentation here this evening was very interesting, but I do have some questions, and one of them is we are now in a very soft housing market. And I truly wonder whether or not $250,000, $300,000 houses are going to sell. So before we jump on that bandwagon, I hope we look into that very closely. Which is not to say the housing market isn't going to go up again. The tax abatement. I'm not sure that's a great idea, because you're dealing with people who won't be paying taxes for 5 years. Then suddenly the tax bill comes. And is this what's going to happen that we saw with the adjustable rate mortgages, where people suddenly got a big bill and they panicked? And plus the fact, if you don't pay property taxes, folks, you can't take them off your income tax. And that is probably the best tax shelter open to the middle class right now, property taxes and interest. The other concern I have is the fact that property values in the South Ward, because of our outside investors, have been dropping. This crowd that's from outside, they will not pay more than $60,000 for a house. So the values of properties in the area are dropping. Hopefully this plan can reverse that trend. And the other thing is, this morning, early this afternoon, Councilman Costin and I did a walkthrough along Lamberton Street up to Federal. And the biggest problem that we are facing in the South Ward, frankly, is trash. The area needs a broom, it needs a rake, and it just has to be cleaned up. It is not as blighted as some people think. I don't know what the answer is. There are ordinances that we can enforce. I don't know if people are allowed to let trash pile up in front of their homes. I mean, how many styrofoam cups and empty potato chip bags do you really need in front of your house? I would think that a responsible person would go out and clean it up. So that's about all I have to say. Thank you very much. Was that loud enough and clear enough?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to respond to Ms. Stewart's position on the abatement. Just to make it clear, any new construction and working in the tax office for the county, this is where I get this information, is allowed by state, the 5-year abatement, which is actually a graduated taxing from 20, 40, 60, 80 to 100%.
Oh, okay.
Even if you were to put an addition on your house, you could apply for the 5-year tax abatement on that addition portion of your house.
Oh.
A new construction, of course, the whole unit is new, so it also qualifies for a 5-year tax abatement. So if they're only requesting 5 years on the new construction, that's basically what they would be granted anyway.
But the people who buy these homes realize there is a point at which they're going to be responsible for the whole number.
I'm sure the bank holding the mortgage will make them aware of that also, because each year their payment will go up from 20 to 40 to 60%, 80 and so on to 100% for our tax rate.
And these will not be subprime mortgages. These will be the 30-year fixed rate, I hope.
That we didn't ask, unfortunately, the developer, and it would be whatever the buyer qualifies for usually.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Stewart, I just wanted to speak to your walk around with your council representative. The next time you do that, perhaps you should invite some of the staff from Public Works or inspection, so that when you see these different problem areas, citations can be issued on the spot.
Oh, okay.
Okay. A lot of A lot of neighborhood groups do that. They coordinate their walks with city officials so that it's not just, not just an observation that you're making, but you're actually able to take some action. You also find that when you do that, you have more people become more involved. Everybody's sick all with this. You know what I mean? You're looking for something to happen. And when you take officials out with you, citations for issues right on the spot. The other thing I would encourage you to do, because so many South Florida communities are organizing themselves, you can play off of Chambersburg's beautification with the flower pots. Perhaps you can do something in your neighborhood where you can have a cleanup contest, or who's got the best neighborhood, who's got the, be creative, but find ways to encourage neighbors to take part in the cleanliness of their community.
Thank you. Actually, it's a good idea.
Also, Ms. Stewart, the West Board is beginning this spring and summer to have a landscape type thing to deal with just that issue, as well as the issue relative to the businesses that I asked for last week, because the trash does not roll out of the land.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
moved by people from different businesses. And those businesses, to some degree, if they're going to make money here, have to be held accountable. For what happens. The people must be held accountable as well. But the people wouldn't drop trash if it wasn't available from the local grocery store. So they're going to have to provide in some way the trash cans from the grocery stores and different businesses in the city of LaGuardia. That's because they've been allowed to function as they are. But the more we come together as a community, the better it's going to be for us. So the landscape award will be happening for us to do just that, to try to get folks to spruce up a little bit more and take some pride in what they have and what they're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to touch base, I also have a civic association in my ward that if you're one of the residents that doesn't maintain your property as far as debris in front of the property, you will receive a letter from the association themselves asking you to clean in front of your property, whether or not the trash is yours or not, it is in front of your property. So it's a form letter that they send out. And if they don't respond, then they send a second letter requesting an invitation to come to the association meeting.
What is that about trash?
Wait, I can talk there.
Well, some people say I didn't put it there, I'm not cleaning. That's unfortunately the feeling out there.
The letter writing. I'm sorry. Full College started very similar years ago in North 13, where she actually secured a list of all the property owners in case the rain blew her off. And when the properties weren't being taken care of, she called them on the coffee and actually sent out a letter about it. So there's certainly a lot of things to do, and there's some tried and proven successes. So I would just encourage you to talk with other civic leaders on how they're dealing with that in their community. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
James Spouse out of 13 Lavelle Avenue, Trenton. We had a walkthrough with Pucciardi and people from inspection over the north. And what I found was that there's a problem with the residents. There should be a law to make them clean their property up. Clean their yards. We have nobody to enforce it. Secondly, the city is the biggest group that's breaking the law when it comes to that. All the abandoned houses in the north, every street you go on. I live on a nice street in Trenton. Abandoned houses on my street. There's only 18 houses on my street, but there's a couple that's abandoned. City owned. Nobody bothered to try to clean them up, and other people come and dump. They dump on the property. All around that area, North Ward, I travel every day. What am I going to do? I don't publicize all the time. Looking down the streets, looking, the backyards are filthy. 90% of them are city-owned property. They're boarded up. City-owned property is boarded up. You call about it, nobody ever bothered to come out. I had, not going to call any names, but I had inspections put somebody else on it, and they'll say, well, I can't touch that because I got to do such and such. It goes to a different department, and this and that. You look around and nothing ever gets done. You you're raising our taxes in the city of Trenton, but you're running people away from it. You're running people away from it because we can no longer stand by and live on these streets where the houses are just falling apart. You got slumlords that own these houses. You got people that you rent them to. The people that you rent these houses to are not going to take care of them. The slumlords should be given citations of not making sure that the property is up, the upkeep on the property. And I don't like to say this about nobody, but I wish they would disappear. Just disappear from the earth.
I know that's right.
Because I've never seen people don't have any more respect for themselves than some of these people in this city. And I've heard other people say, you know, I'm about ready to leave Trenton. Lord knows, I'm about ready to leave Trenton if things don't change. You know, I don't mind. I've been paying taxes here for 1953 in the city of Trenton.
So most thing we can do is pack
Never had to bother me about a dime. Taxes, water, or nothing else. I've always paid my due. When you raise them, I pay them. But something's going to have to give. Something's going to have to give in this city to make us come on board, the people to come on board and get this city cleaned up. Keep telling y'all, this city is under siege in more ways than one. And until we as the leaders of this city get up and get around and go around and see what's going on in this city, you're always going to have a problem. You got knuckleheads coming in this city, drug dealers and whatever. Nobody's stopping. You mean to tell me if I ride around and I can see all the stuff that's going on, nobody else can see it? And we keep coming here complaining about all the things that are going on in this city, and nobody can see it. You know, and y'all talk about residency laws and all that. Hey, the law is the law. The law is the law. Point blank. I don't know why you're going 4 and 5 months to worry about the law. The law is the law. Wherever it falls, that's the way it falls. The law is the law. You want to change the law? Change it for everybody. Thank you.
Yes.
Anyone else wishing to address council, Mr. Doctor?
My name is Frank Sasso. I live at 992 Lamberton Street. First of all, I don't even know why some people in administration just can just answer the question would be great instead of getting all hooked up with the intelligentsia and ego, and maybe that's why we don't get anything done. But just how I feel, guilty conscience, I don't know, but the law states that if I pass a red light, I'm going to ticket. That's what the law says. I can't pass a red light. It doesn't matter how I interpret the red light and what it means. So if a cop pulls me over and says, you broke the law, I say, well, I interpret the red light as if I'm in a hurry, it's okay to go through. And that's not what the law says, because I'm still going to get a ticket. The same thing with the residency. If it says the guy has to live here, I got nothing against Joe Santiago. I know Joe Santiago. I have nothing. It has nothing to do with how I feel about him personally. I like him. I actually like the guy. Okay. So, but what I'm saying is, the law says he's supposed to live here. And does that mean except if he's scared? Does it mean except if he's threatened? Look, if he's threatened, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, I patrol the park in front of my house almost every night with at least 20 to 25 other neighbors of mine. And you know what? My life is threatened 7 out of every 10 times I go in that park. And guess what? I ain't going nowhere. So don't even tell me stop doing it, because I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just telling you, that's what I do, and I pay to live in the city. A job requirement says I'm supposed to do A, B, and C. Not how I interpret what the job requirement says. Not like if my big toe hurts, so I don't feel like doing C. Well, guess what? Well, then you're going to have to go. And if we're worried about, well, who's going to come, who are we going to get? From what I hear the mayor saying, and I like Doug, just so you know, I like him. But as mayor, if he's saying stuff like, crime is down, crime is way down, Frank, crime's way, and we're in a renaissance, well then why aren't police directors lining up? What's the problem? Who are we going to get? The council, don't ask me who we're going to get. I don't know. This isn't my job. You're elected to figure this stuff out. I don't know.
supposed to stay here, Santiago. Now, if we expect cops to do the best job they can do when their very own police director has no vested interest in the very city he's supposed to be serving and protecting, why would I expect the cops to want to have any kind of vested interest to serve and protect me? As Joe's red lights are just like, as his headlights are leaving the city at night, and I'm saying bye, Joe, as I patrol a park, because no one else is going to do it, I just don't understand why this is even an issue. He has to live here. But I'm scared to. I got threatened. Oh, well, you know what, man? Quit. We'll get someone else. But my pension's at risk. Whatever. This should have been decided years ago when Joe was first put in. And like I said, it has nothing to do with personality, it has nothing to do with my how I feel about him, how I don't feel about him, whatever. This is the job. You don't like it, then don't apply for it. Don't take it. If we're in a renaissance and crime is down, then this should not even be an issue. Or is crime down? Are we in a renaissance? Cheerio.
Anyone else here to address council? Is there anyone else here to address council?
What happened to Frank Weezy?
Motion to close public comment?
Motion.
Motion second. Civic matters. We'll start on my right.
Not the recommendation.
Yes, ma'am. Just real quickly, same thing as Mr. Pounds was addressing. He took all my time, but that's okay, you allowed to.
Thank you, my brother.
The violence, the rivalry has not stopped. Last week I stopped over that grocery store between Chestnut and South Trenton Avenue. Right in that little half mile radar. Every Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock, almost every one of those grocery stores and what have you being robbed. And there are 3 to 4 people that goes in there with a shotgun. And this guy saw it at least 3 or 4 times. And he's the only person that has not been held after because one of the employees last week stopped the robbery. And this is every single Saturday night. 3 to 4 people in a big Cadillac, whatever, they stop, boom, boom, they hit somebody, they take their money, and they go. So nobody can see that.
They can see the robbery. In the store,
Everything, the outside, the people are walking the street, there's a lady that 3 blocks away from that intersection. She opened a grocery store a month ago. In that month, they went inside 3 times. So the lady last week says, I can't take it anymore. She went and closed the store. Now you're talking about, Iraq and all of those places out there, how we have Iraq right here. Every single, everywhere, if you walk the street and if you talk to residents, you know that, listen, I live here, and I'm going to stay here. But I tell you what, though, every time I pull that keyhole, I'm looking all over the place, man. Because the lady right in front of me, she was coming, a hard-working lady, 11 o'clock. She got held right there, she's right in front of my house. They put a gunpoint and took everything away from that lady. Now they put the house for sale. They've been there for 11 years. So I do not know what to do, what we should do. I keep saying it over and over and over again. Why is it if I can see it? I have put my headlight twice into robberies to scare these people away. I put in my life in danger. I'm in my car, but if they put something on me, I'm screaming. But that's the fact. That's what's happening right here in the city center. And I tell you, and furthermore, I ask this council, no more dealings with this bar. I ask this council, when these people come up here before us, to not go and play, into their hands. Because what they do is, they come here, you have to look at the schedule, and guess what? We give them what they want. But we didn't take what they have. Let's hit them hard, let's hit them hard. Every single bar that are creating this nuisance, listen, we don't want to stop nobody from the great opportunity in the United States of America. If you want to run a clean business, let's give you the opportunity. But those folks that are costing this on quality of life, they should nothing but be shut down immediately and let them go to the state and fight them over there. But let's just take care of our home here. If the state wants to go and give them clearance, hey, God bless them. But the city of Trenton, we got too much coal right now. These people should be hit real hard. As far as I'm concerned, they should be closed down at 10 o'clock at night. Every single bar should be closed down in the city of Trenton. Period. Then from 10 o'clock on, everybody has quality of life.
Go to sleep.
And furthermore, some of these bars, what they do is, they have the little speakeasies, because they say, when the stipulations are placed, they close the door, but about 50, 20 people stay inside the establishment and do whatever they want to do. The police should go there when the paperwork says you close at 10 o'clock, you close inside too. So I ask for us not to be one thing at a time. Let's start with these violences, because guess what? Also the bars, some of these folks, they get out of there sometimes a little drunk, and they play into these criminals' hands too. But guess what? But if at 10 o'clock, almost everybody's still out on the street. If they're going to rob you, they're going to think about it twice maybe. But if you are 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning already drunk, it's all over for you. So, let me stop right here. Thank you.
You sure?
Yes,
Well, there is, with regards to the bar situation, Mr. Lockwood advising that if there is an opportunity for us to look at the board, that's how much.
Sure. Like yesterday.
You control those requirements, so
That's great. And I'd like to listen to Bob.
So maybe that'll be something.
Please.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Mr. Malone?
Just to piggyback on that, if you recall, there was one attorney who I believe at one time was also on the state ABC panel that had offered a free workshop to the council on some of the powers that we do have that we don't utilize. And I had stated at that time that we should look at taking him up on that offer, and I think that's something we should definitely do.
You can't recall his name, sir?
Mr. Lockwood, also.
Jack Casella.
Correct. Because Joe and I had spoken already about it. So if we can contact him, and if the sentiment of the council is willing to bring him in for a workshop with us, I would like to invite him to council to do so.
Very good, Mr. Malone, thank you. Mr. Darcy?
Yes, this is for, Mr. Juliet. We have a bar, no, we have a deli on the corner of Pennington and Hoffman. They're selling drugs at the back and the front door. And hiding guns there, I think. And I say I think because that information is secondhand, but the drug traffic is so obvious that they can't be selling anything.
Ms. Ortiz, is that it?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Scott?
I just want to, I spoke with my ward colleagues previously about this and made a note of my large colleagues as well. I believe each of my ward colleagues are going to hold a public meeting to talk about the budget in the month of January. I've got one set for the South Ward, and I think Gino and Nick and Philip are working on the dates for their wards. Some that will exclude my at-large colleagues from attending and being part of that. And I guess we'll publicize it next week and get all the dates set up for that.
I'm sure you can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Costello, Mr. James.
Thank you, Madam President, but I have nothing for the good of this body. Move it on, man. Move it on.
Motion to, well, wait.
Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh.
But you know what, I'm not gonna be long about it, but I'm sure everybody has seen in the paper about that pit bull.
Yep.
Now, almost a year ago, that happened to my neighbor. Her dog was, killed by a pit bull. We really didn't do a whole lot, you know, folks were worried about, not the cat. That came after. But discriminating against, different breeds of dogs and things. And I'm just telling you that,
You just come out funny, man.
it's just something that needs to be addressed in the city because we certainly have a disproportionate amount of dogs, pit bulls in our community. And I am telling you that I don't doubt the pit bulls. I don't care how well you use them, whatever. I am telling you that they are unpredictable and they do pose a clear and present danger not only to residents, young children, but as well as pets. And I just think that owners, that is residents of Trenton, elect to purchase these dogs, this breed of dogs, they need to be held to a higher standard with regards to the life expectancies and breed of those animals. You actually ought to carry insurance because when you're a victim of a dog attack, an animal attack, there's no recourse for you. You know what I mean? And I mean, it can be very expensive for an animal or for a person. I just think that pit bulls and, I just think we need to try to look at that again.
I think, that the owners need to be held responsible because all pit bulls are not vicious. So we need to strengthen the laws for the owners because they are obviously fighting the dogs and teaching them to kill and attack them. So if we would give that to it, certainly talking about the bill, this needs to take care of particular issues. And perhaps we can draft something.
I have more, that's all. Mr. Sade? No, you're not going to get.
Motion to adjourn. Go ahead.